winters, like the current one, can be very difficult to endure. We all know that.
Oh yeah, especially this one. But if you break the ice and you take a little closer look, you'll find more than one silver lining. Terry Domske takes us to the outdoors.
Winter is a given in this part of North America, and the human population has adapted to living in frigid climes. Of course, adaptation doesn't exactly mean acceptance, but when looking at it from an environmental perspective, the hard edge of winter might soften just a bit. Harsh winters like the one the region is trudging through this year are actually beneficial to the ecology in a number of ways. To begin with, the extra snow and ice help raise diminishing lake levels that have been of concern the past few years.
Ice kind of blocks that evaporation, and then it will help to eliminate the evaporation, and then when it thaws, it adds water to the lake itself.
Amazingly, despite the brutal conditions, there is microscopic life teeming beneath the ice, already beginning the approach to spring. Tiny algae called diatoms are setting up the foundation to the food chain.
It puts like a pulse of food out there, and that's exactly, because the zooplankton, the little animal plankton, eats the diatoms, and so then they will be food for the small fish, and then the bigger fish take advantage of that.
Yet another benefit is winter's toll on invasive species. On the lakes, the hope is that the crushing ice will help to curb non-native intruders on more than one level of the food chain.
It helps with zebra mussels and quagga mussels by just breaking their shells apart. Obviously, round gobies feed on them very actively, so if we can help reduce their numbers through ice scour, then hopefully the goby population would be affected, and that would be a good thing because gobies are a huge problem in the lake. They've really changed the food web dramatically.
On land, the story is a bit different. Although winter provides a tremendous natural deterrent to some species, others seem beyond nature's grasp even in extreme conditions. There is hope that the deep freeze might do damage to the emerald ash borer, an invasive insect that has already done massive damage to ash trees in western New York and across the country. Ironically, although the insect does die off in extreme cold, it is the affected tree's bark that protects the ash borer's larva living within.
When we get these really sharp lows that occur, like maybe over a couple hours, 3 hours in the middle of the night, the temperature of the trunk of the tree is still going to be much warmer.
In fact, the killing temperatures might actually benefit the emerald ash borer larva in the long run.
Under the bark of the tree, competition is pretty intense with emerald ash borer, not with other species, but just within the emerald ash borer that are there. So if you kill 30%, you're actually perhaps releasing them from their competitive effect and perhaps making stronger bugs.
So while these glacial conditions often seem to grind life to a halt, Mother Nature again reminds us of the fascinating biology that lies just beneath the surface.
Everything kind of has cycles, and this is just part of the natural cycle. So, bundle up and deal with it. Nature does.
Taking you to the outdoors, I'm Terry Belke.